Hey guys, it's Treasure and welcome back to my chest. Oh, I said I was gonna post more and then I left for like a month. I am so sorry about that. But when I noticed, I was like, I need to make a video and I need to update you guys on what's going on. And yeah, sorry if I'm in my bathroom right now. My roommate works from home and our rooms are like next to each other now that we have a new apartment. And last thing I want is to start filming a video and getting distracted by her being on calls and then us hearing like the private calls on the thing. So I was like, I'm gonna go in the bathroom and just get into this. So, hi, how have you guys been? How's 2026 so far? 2026 so far is a little bit, how could I say? I feel like weird, but good weird. I feel like I've been getting like so much more drive and motivation and like I'm really like in this mood where I'm taking more action towards the things that I want this year. And it's weird because I'm not used to it. Obviously, I'm still kind of tame, let's be honest. I got a lot of shit that I need to do. But I've been like doing things and saying things that I'm just like, yeah, yeah, girl, yes, do that shit, say that shit. I don't want to go too in details. But I did have like a situation with my job that is kind of not finished, but I'm trying not to talk too much about my job online since, I think we got rules with social media. I'm allowed to make YouTube videos. I've confirmed this, like, I'm allowed to make videos like this, but still I don't want to say too much because I don't want this like coming back and biting me in the ass. But I had some sort of situation with my job where I felt like I needed to follow my intuition and stand up for myself. And I did. And I was proud of myself that I did it, but still, it made me very uncomfortable in the moment when I did it. So, it wasn't easy. I'll tell you that. It wasn't fucking easy. I was scared and everything, but I still did it. And yesterday, when I was at work, I had a conversation with someone involved, and it started putting me into a spot where I was like kind of second guessing the move that I took and what I said and what I did. And I was just like, I thought like I did everything right and I thought I followed my intuition. I did what I was supposed to do. And this conversation kind of put me back into like, what the fuck? Did I do the right thing? And that same fucking day, okay. Again, I don't want to say too many details. I know this is so fucking vague, but like basically there was a situation at work where I stood up for myself and I am not used to standing up for myself. I have had multiple jobs that have done some weird ass shit to me and I just would shut up and take it and just be the perfect employee. But this is like the first time that I'm standing up for myself and I was really proud of it. And again, that conversation kind of made me second guess it and be like, was I too intense or whatever? And that same day, a few hours after I had that conversation with my boss, I had two colleagues from another store like literally come up to me and be like, "Oh, Treasure, you're the GOAT." And I was just like, the fuck is going on? And like, so they found out that I stood up for myself and I was literally being told like, yeah, you're the GOAT. You're so good for standing up for yourself. That person said like they've been in that company for years and they never really stood up for themselves. They just took it, and because they're not really like, they don't really like confrontation, but like they were kind of both praising me and be like, that's amazing that you stood up for yourself. And I told him, I was like, I do not like confrontation either. I'm just at a point in my life where I feel like I know what I deserve and I know deep down that I deserve more. So and I don't want to keep allowing people to give me the bare minimum or the things that I feel like I could get more of. It makes sense. If that makes sense. You guys know, like, I have big dreams. I have big aspirations. There's a lot of things that I want to do with my life. So being back in retail is kind of like, ooh, that was not my plan at all. But I'm trying to like make it a good experience and trying to enjoy it while it lasts and trying to make it more, fulfilling in a way. But where was I going with this? Basically, this whole thing, me getting praised for standing up for myself, I was just like, damn. Like, I had a conversation that made me hesitate about my decision. But then that same day, I have these other employees that are, like, coming to talk to me and praising me and kind of being like, hey, what you did, that's fucking amazing. And people kind of being inspired by me. And then I'm just like, fuck, I can't can't go back on my words again. Like, I can't go back on what I said and be like, oh, never mind, because of that conversation. If I have people, my cat wanting to fucking come in. If I have people like praising me and being like, hey, what you did is fucking amazing, because that night I was like all over the place in my head, and I talked to my roommate, and when I told her about the employees coming up to me and like praising me for what I did, she was just like, Treasure, imagine that you put a YouTube video out and that you explain the whole situation. What would you think your subscribers would say? And I was like, and she was like, they would have said the same thing as those employees. So follow your fucking intuition. And I'm just like if I could tell all the details again, it's because I don't want to get in trouble, okay? If they find my YouTube channel, that's why I'm trying to be like a little bit vague about what happens at work. But I do believe that while I was thinking about it, if I would have explained the whole situation in details and told you guys what I did and what I said, I do believe that you guys would have reacted the same way that these employees reacted. And then it made me realize that I'm not used to following my intuition, even if it seems to not make any sense. I seem to always follow the logical choice and what seems to make sense. But at the end of the day, I feel like I'm in this year or this like era of my life where I have to trust. I really have to trust the process. I have to trust that the things that I want are coming to me, and I have to act like these things are coming to me. You know what I mean? And I also have to accept the fact that I'm going to be misunderstood. And I just have to own that. I don't like being misunderstood. I always feel like I need to over-explain myself and explain why I do things. And the reason why I was so hesitant when I had that conversation with my colleague that was involved in the situation was because the questions that she asked me kind of put into words from her perception how confusing it was, you know? Like, let's say that like I asked for, like I complained about my salary and I want more money, and then I'm giving an opportunity in this company to make more money, but then eventually I say no because it's not aligned with my values and it's not aligned with what I want. But then these people are just like, well, you're complaining that you don't have money, but then we give you an opportunity that gives you more money and you're saying no. So like hearing it out loud, I was just like people are thinking I'm weird. People are thinking like, oh, you're complaining, but like we give you a solution and you're not taking it. It's because, and I have to accept the fact that I'm gonna be misunderstood. They're not gonna understand me, and it's not gonna make any sense. But I have to understand that it makes sense to me. You know, at the end of the day, that decision is weird and it makes no sense, but it makes fucking sense to me in that moment, because I said this in 2025, but I saw a quote online that said 2026 is what you thought 2025 was gonna be. And I feel it in my bones. Like everything that I felt at the beginning of 2025 that I thought was going to happen, but it didn't happen because I spent the year like going through shit and learning and growing and like evolution, whatever, you know. I can feel it much more intensely this year. And the fact that this year is like the year of the fire horse, is the year we put action and everything, I do really believe that 2026 is going to be the year that I thought 2025 was going to be. And I have to start taking actions and doing things that are more aligned with what I think 2026 is going to be. You know what I mean? Like if I am convinced that I'm popping off this year and that things are going to happen by the end of the year and that my life is going to be completely different by the end of the year, I need to start acting like it, you know, giving my full attention and my full energy to a job that I literally do not see myself still being at by the end of the year. Seems like it's dumb. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, I want more money, but like, I feel like if I accept things and like put my energy into there, I'm kind of telling the universe, oh, well, that's what I want. That's my priority. And I don't want it to be that. I'm at this point right now where I'm like, I can just feel my dreams are so fucking close, but I have to understand that I need to put the action in to actually get them. I've been talking so much shit for so long about so much things and saying I'm gonna be that, I'm gonna have that, but not actually putting in the actions. And the people that have been on my channel for years know that shit. I be talking, But I'm not having enough audacity. I'm not like not caring enough about people's opinion enough to actually like go get the things that I want. And I feel like this year I need to make sacrifices and make choices that to people around me don't necessarily make sense, but to me make a lot of sense. You know? Like I feel like I was taking a few days to rethink about my decision, but if I feel like the guys talking to me at the end of the day was a sign. My roommate telling me that the subscribers would have probably said the same thing as them is making me be like, no, you followed your intuition when you took that decision. And I feel like everything that's going on making me doubt that decision is a test. It's literally the universe being like, okay, let me dangle this here and be like, are you sure about your decision? Are you sure that's what you want? Because you can have this. And it's me being like, what do I want more? You know, money? Like in a temporary job? Or more time and me getting creative and me putting all my energy and what I have left from, you know, on the side when I'm done working into pursuing my dreams for real this time. This year, like, and I feel like I'm talking shit when I say this shit and I say this year I'm gonna do this, this and that, because, by the way, side note, the other day I was watching my old videos and I decided to put them back up. So if you guys are new to my channel, if you've never watched my old videos, most of them are online again. They are back up and they're a little bit embarrassing because you can see that I'm unhealed. You can see the things that I say are a little bit like, girl, why are you saying that? But I really wanted to put these online, just first of all, because stop being embarrassed of who I used to be, because that was still me. That was a part of me. And also have like kind of physical proof of how much I've grown, of how much like I've changed, like, you know, in my way of speaking, in my way of being. I want you guys to see that like there was actually change and like growth from the person that I used to be. Like, I don't want to hide who I used to be anymore, even if I'm embarrassed, even if she's cringe, even if she said some things that you're just like, because that was still me. That was me. That was how I was. And I don't want to be embarrassed of that anymore. So recently I'm like kind of putting stuff that I was hiding back up, and I made a lot of those videos back in the days where I'm like, oh, I'm coming back, I'm gonna be active again this year, I'm doing this and this and that, and I would just talk and talk and not actually do it. And this is my testimony that 2026 is the year of action, and I'm going to fucking prove it this time. And I've been actually putting action into things and doing things that I'm uncomfortable doing, because I'm really at a point where I'm like, what would your higher self do right now? And would she be doing this? Would she be doing that? No, then do, like, you know, follow it. Okay? And I'm getting like excited, and I feel like watching those old videos, putting them back up, kind of also inspired me again. And I've been seeing things online about other creators as well, and kind of giving me confirmation and just making it like, hey, I don't give a shit what I look like. I don't give a shit how I sound like. I don't give a shit how I'm perceived. I don't give a shit if I'm misunderstood. The point is that I am following my dreams. I am getting into alignment. I am doing what I want to do. And in the same process, I am inspiring more people to do the same. Because that was always my goal, was to follow my dreams, achieve them no matter how fucking big they are, and inspire other people to do so. And the other day I kind of had confirmation that this is my purpose, you know, to make people want to dream bigger and to not feel like it's impossible. And I feel like I've talked about this in other videos that, you know, when I was young, I was at school and I had these big dreams and aspirations, and people were just like, you know, kind of thinking that I was crazy. And I've always felt like the black sheep, always felt like it was very rare that like people were like me. And when I said that, I got confirmation. Is like, my roommate told me the other day, she was like, you know, like, I do believe that we were put in each other's life to teach us other things. And because of you, I was able to start dreaming bigger. I was able to really believe more in my dreams and being more delusional. It's because of you that I have this drive and this ambition now. And like, I don't want to cry. I'm such a fucking crybaby. I always cry. But like, hearing it from someone and kind of being like, hey, because of you, I believe in my dreams and I'm dreaming even bigger, and I'm like, I have this drive now, and like you inspire me and everything. Is just this this is my purpose. I feel like by being aligned and by following what feels good and doing what I've always wanted to do and showing the world that you can do it even in this bleak fucking crazy world that we're living in, and that like this is a new era. We are coming back in an era where people are creating, doing the things that they love, leaving their phones behind, leaving like the fucking doom scrolling behind because it has gotten out of control, and really just following what they want to do. And I feel like how could I say it? I want to lead by example. I want to show my life, be me, show what I want to do, show what happens to me, show everything. And by being that, by embodying everything, inspiring other people, I feel like I want to lead by example, basically, okay? I want to be an example for the masses. I want people to be like, oh my God, what she's doing, like, she's inspiring me to do this and this and that. I can do it. I can do it. Yes, because we're not enough in this world to be like, to want greater things for ourselves, you know? A perfect example is fucking Timothy Chalamet, okay? Look at that man. Like, he's been a dreamer since he was young. He's been talented since he was young. And he has that drive to just dream bigger and always push that dream onto other people. And he achieved that dream and he still wants to go higher. And he's not scared also to admit that that's what he wants. Like that speech of him, I don't remember which event it was, when he was talking about how he wanted to be a legend. He wanted to be part of like the circle with all the fucking legendary actors and everything. Like, and people were kind of either clowning on him or praising him. It's like one or the other. We should be praising people to want to be better, to want to be bigger and dream bigger and have like that's all we have. We only have one life. Are we really gonna live this life being miserable and thinking about what other people think and like dying and be like, oh, I didn't do anything with my fucking life because I was too worried about what so-and-so said or what so-and-so thought? Like, be more cringe. Be more free. Let's do this fucking shit, guys. Let's do it. Like, I'm such in a mood where I'm like, yo, let's go. Let's fucking go. And yeah, I don't want this video to be too long. I just wanted to update y'all again. Talk about this. I'm really sorry if I was fucking vague with the story, but I feel with some things that I said after, you guys can like put two and two together and kind of figure it out. I've also said that I was gonna start streaming again, but like you know, this is kind of like a very rule breaking in a way, so we will see. But I really want to get back into it. Will I just be, you know, a rule breaker? I feel like I should be though. Like I've had signs to be like, yo, you're a Capricorn, just be ambitious, just be a rule breaker, like you should be, and blah blah, and just, you know, follow your dreams and do what the fuck you want. So that's, yeah, anyways, I'm thinking about my projects for this year, but I'm obviously going to be more active. I have so many other videos that I want to film, but yeah, I feel like I'm blabbing right now. I'm just like blah 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 blah. But yeah, that's all I wanted to say for now. I love you guys so much. I'm gonna be preparing a few other videos because watching my old videos really made me like, girl, even if I was a bit cray, I feel like I was kind of not kind of being myself because I was kind of intense back then, but I was still like not giving a fuck, you know. I was filming myself, just talking, saying the most out of pocket shit, and just, you know, stop being in my head so much. So I feel like that's also what I need to do. Yeah, I'm giving you guys advice, but I feel like I should just also start making random videos again where I just, you know, say and do what I want. And I feel like I've been talking about doing this for a while, but you know, 2026 is a new year, it's a new era, it's a new time. I got y'all. I promise this time. Anyways, if you guys want to see how I was before, my old videos are up. I'm not gonna put the link in this video. Y'all can just go search for it yourselves, go have fun, and you know, laugh, cry, judge me, think I'm cringe. I don't give a fuck, you know. Yeah, love you guys. I'll see you in the next one.